I have taken the simple street food of dabeli and tried to fancify it by making it into these cute zingy parcels. In this recipe, I'm going to make everything from scratch, from the dabeli masala to the bread and everything in between. So I hope you guys are excited for this recipe. But before I begin making it, if you haven't already, then subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. You can also connect with me on Instagram. My handle is @chefhasti. And for the detailed written recipe of all my videos, you can go to my website chefhasti.com. So let's begin making this recipe now. So I'm going to start by making the masala, and for that I'm going to add these dry spices and lightly roast them till they release their fragrance. So I have taken some chilies, I have taken cloves, and now I'm adding fennel, cumin seeds, coriander seeds, some sesame seeds, one big black cardamom, 2 sticks of cinnamon, 1 star anise, and 3 or 4 bay leaves. And I'm just going to lightly roast them till they release their fragrance. Now this masala is ready. You can smell the fresh flavors and fragrances of these spices. I'm going to transfer it to this bowl and let it cool down for a bit. Now I'm going to roast this dry coconut. This is the coconut that we get in bowls, in vatis in the grocery store, and I have just crushed it into a powder. You can also grate it. Now this is one of the core ingredients of dabeli. If you don't want to make this masala from scratch, then you can also use ready-made garam masala. Try to use Rajwadi garam masala or Gujarati garam masala and just add coconut to the potato stuffing, this dry coconut to the potato stuffing that we make, and you will get a very close taste to authentic dabeli. Alternatively, you can also use ready-made dabeli masala that is available in the market. This coconut is now ready and it is very fragrant, and it's become lightly toasted and brown. And now I'm going to let this also cool down and then crush everything together in a mixer. So our masala is done, and now we are moving on to the second step. For that, I have soaked some dates overnight, or you can also soak it in warm water for 3 to 4 hours. I took about 3/4 cups of dates, and I'm just going to pressure cook them for 3 whistles on high to make the date and imli chutney. These dates are now done. I had removed the seeds of these dates before I soaked them, and now I'm just going to puree them in a mixer. Now I'm adding these pureed dates back into the pan because we're going to add some masalas and boil them. I am making a very small quantity of this chutney, but you can also make a larger quantity and store it in the freezer for 2 to 3 months, and it stays really fresh, and it is useful for a lot of dishes other than dabeli also. So now to this puree, I'm going to add some black salt, some salt. Just adjust the salt according to the taste that you want. This is some chili powder to give it color. It's a non-spicy Kashmiri chili powder. Some roasted cumin powder. And this is some jaggery. If you want, you can also use sugar instead of jaggery. Just adding some water to thin it down a bit. And lastly, I'm going to add this tamarind soaking liquid. So I had soaked some dry tamarind in water, and then I just passed it through a sieve, and I got this liquid. This is for the sourness. You can use lemon or even dry mango powder or amchur powder. You can adjust the salt, the souring agent and the sweetening agent in this chutney as per your choice. And now I'm just going to bring this to a boil and that's it, your chutney is done. So now that the khajur chutney is done, we are moving on to our next element, which is this spicy garlic chutney. For that, I have soaked about 6 red chilies in hot water for about 1 or 2 hours. I have kept the seeds in for half of them and removed the seeds for the other half of them, because I don't want to make it too spicy, but I don't want it to be too bland also. So I'm just going, and I have also taken 6 large garlic cloves, and I'm going to just squeeze out this soaking water from the red chilies. If you want it more spicy, you can use a spicy variety of chili, or you can keep the seeds in, whatever you prefer. This is some roasted cumin powder and some salt to taste. And now I'm just going to blend everything and make it into a smooth paste. I will need a little bit of water for this. So let me blend this and get back to you. So to make the masala peanuts, I'm going to add a little bit of oil in the pan and let it heat up. And once it is heated, I'm going to add these roasted and peeled peanuts. If you want, you can use raw peeled peanuts also, but I like the crunchiness and the flavor of these roasted peanuts. The oil should be just enough to coat all the peanuts, so that all the masala sticks to each of the small pieces of these peanuts. If you would be using raw peanuts here, then you will need to roast it for some more time. I'm just going to heat everything evenly, and once these peanuts have heated properly, I'm going to switch off my gas, and then I'm going to add all the other masalas. So here is some red chili powder, some chaat masala, and some salt to taste. The chaat masala also has some salt, so you can adjust the taste of these peanuts according to your preference. Switch off your gas at this point so that these dry masalas don't burn. Just mix them well so that all the peanuts are coated, and that's it, your masala peanuts are also ready. To make the potato filling, I'm going to put some oil in the pan and let it heat up. And to that, I'm going to add about 2 spoons of the masala that we made. We will not be using the entire quantity of the masala that we made in this recipe. So you can store that dabeli masala in the fridge in an airtight container for 3 to 4 months, and it will stay fresh. Now once this masala starts releasing its fragrance, I'm going to add a little bit of the date chutney that we prepared. And now to this mix, I'm going to add boiled potato. Work on low flame while making this filling so that you don't end up burning the bottom. I have used about 3 medium-sized potatoes. That is about 200 grams of boiled potatoes. Now mash this potato filling well. Dabeli filling is slightly on the liquidy side. It's not very dry. So I will add a little bit of water to just loosen it up. Not too much, just a little bit. And mash it well till no lumps remain. If you see any big lumps of the potatoes, then just mash them properly and make it into one smooth filling. Now I'm going to taste this filling and accordingly season it with salt, some lemon juice, and a little bit of sugar. This dabeli filling is supposed to be khatta meetha. It's not very spicy and it is slightly on the sweeter side. So keep that in mind when you are making this filling. So that's it. This filling is also ready now. It's become into this smooth consistency with the perfect amount of seasoning. If you want it more spicy, you can add some spicy red chili powder also. So now I'm going to transfer it into another bowl and let it cool while we make our bread dough. To make the bread, I'm going to take some all-purpose flour or maida. To that, I'm going to add salt, yeast. This is instant yeast. It's not active dry yeast, so I can directly add it into the dough. Some powdered sugar and some oil. And now I'm going to mix everything. Slowly add the water and make a soft dough. This dough is now ready. You can see how soft it is. I'm just going to coat this bowl with some oil and this dough also with some oil. Just roll it. Flatten the dough. Then I'm going to cover it with a cloth and let it rest till it increases in size. I don't have to make it double, so that will be about 15-20 minutes at room temperature. So it's ready. Just punch out all the air from it. And now I'm going to divide this into 5 equal portions. Just tighten these dough balls like I'm showing you in the video. Roll them into perfectly round balls and just rest them for another 10 minutes before we begin making the zingi parcels. Cover them with a wet cloth when you are resting them. Or you can also cover them like this with the bowl while you prepare your zingi parcels. Roll these dough balls into circles like I am showing. Make them thin circles. Using a little bit of water on the sides, I am going to make a triangular kind of a shape by folding them like this. And then just stretch these sides. So one shape is ready. Now I'm going to fill this zingi parcel. For that, I'm first applying some sweet date and tamarind chutney. We've already put this chutney in the filling also, so it is a very sweet filling. Then I'm going to apply this spicy garlicky chutney. Then I'm going to put in the stuffing that we made. Okay, just put one layer first. Some onions, some pomegranate seeds, and some peanuts. I'm just sticking the peanuts in here. Of course, if you don't want to make the bread, then you can use ready-made bread. This is just a different way of presenting it. The recipe for rest of the ingredients remains the same. Just use store-bought pav and make the dabeli. So this is our filling that's done. Now wet these tips of the parcel. Bring two together and stick them. And then bring the third one and stick everything well, because if it's not stuck well, then during baking it will open up and we don't want that. hide the pomegranate inside the filling, otherwise it will burst while baking and lose its flavor and taste. So that's it, this zingi parcel is now ready. After making these shapes, just let them rest for 10 minutes before you see them slightly puffing up. Like you can see, this one has slightly puffed up. And once that is done, after 10 minutes, just brush them generously with melted butter, because no dabeli is complete without lots and lots of butter. We are also going to apply this melted butter after it is out of the oven. So these dabeli zingi parcels are now ready to go in the oven. I'm going to bake it at 250 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes till it becomes golden brown. Once these are out of the oven, rub them again, brush them with butter. Even brush these potato filling that is coming out so that everything is nice and moist. Applying this butter will soften up the bread and of course will make it tastier, so don't skip this step. And now if you want, you can leave them as it is, or to make them a little bit more authentic, just stick some save onto the filling. And that's it, your dabeli zingi parcels are ready to enjoy. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe. I will see you again with another interesting one. Till then, happy cooking!